Okay.
Alright. Alright, so today we're going to be dusting for mites and doing a... it might be better if you come over here.
Yeah.
No, I can't work on this side. Alright. So today I'm going to be looking at this hive, checking for mites, seeing how well they're set up for winter, and determine if there's anything I need to do before it gets too late to see. Notice I've taken the sun shield off because it's now getting cool enough. Let's first take this out. This was the mating nuke. The queen died in it, so I decided I'd just combine it with this hive. Looks like they're well combined. Alright. First thing I'm going to do is check to see how much honey they've got. Looks like they've got stores back into here. Uncured nectar. And I'm moving all these frames back so I can work over here better. Ultimately, I'm going to be dusting them with powdered sugar in order to check to see how many mites there are. I'll tell you what this powdered sugar does in a little bit. There's about half a bar of honey. Looks like there's more. Alright, there's a little bit of cross comb here. Just pull that off. If I was to harvest a frame, I'd probably harvest this one here. And I might end up doing that because this school wants to get some more honey. Well, these here are some nice solid bars of honey here.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Let's see how far back they go. Make sure I don't break them off. Now, these bees seem to be pretty docile at the moment, so I think I'll take this off. Yeah, it's just stung my arm just as I said that. There's not very many bees, but they've definitely got quite a bit of honey stored up. I don't see any brood. Oh, now I do. But I see that they're backfilling the cells with nectar. So they're definitely trying to prepare for winter. I got nectar clear back into here. Alright, that looks like it for the honey storage. And it looks to me like they've got just enough honey to survive the winter. It's probably about 50 pounds there.
Wow.
Yep. Got a little bit of brood. Pretty solid. Looks good. We're even making some drones still. But I noticed most of the empty cells are being backfilled with honey. So they're definitely shutting down for the winter. I see the first evidence of varroa mites. See, this drone is missing a wing. I don't know if you can see, but
oh, okay.
Yeah, he's definitely grew up with varroa mites in his cell. So Got a queen. She's pretty spotty in the laying, but she's doing her job. There's a few drones here. Alright. Now, put these somewhere. I'll eat those later. I'm going to take this bottom board off. Okay. Yeah, I see where they were building the wax. The wax chips there. You know, they're really okay. They really shouldn't be bees down in here. And I still haven't figured out how to stop them from getting in there. I see some little beetles, but it's alright for now. I see a couple of mites. Let's dust most of this off. And if they start hitting you, go ahead and get this bell.
Okay.
Actually, I might want to get it back myself. Start to get a little angry because now I've exposed the entire hive to the air. And they're not going to appreciate this next step either. I'm going to go ahead and put this back on. I think you'll be alright if you just back up if they get too angry. Alright. Now the top bar hives are a little tricky to dust, but it is doable. You just got to dust every frame kind of individually. Unlike a lengthsworth hive where you dust the whole hive all at once. Okay. Just kind of tip the frame. Throw a small amount of powdered sugar onto the bees.
Okay. They don't like being covered in powdered sugar.
No, they don't. The powdered sugar causes the bees to clean themselves off, and it also helps make the mites not stick to the bees as easily. And so it's a great way to knock the mites off the bees in order to count and see how bad the infestation is.
Okay.
It's also a way to control them if you do it multiple times. So I'm going to go ahead and put the hive back together while I'm doing this.
Okay.
So go.
Does the powdered sugar hurt the bees?
No, it doesn't hurt them too bad. Yeah, it just covers them up for a little while, and then they'll lick it off, and it actually ends up being a food source. It does temporarily blind them, so you notice they fly out of the hive and kind of hit
they're
things, but
flying everywhere. But is there anything else you can use besides powdered sugar, or is that the main?
I guess you could use some chemicals to kill the mites and then see how many fall out of the hive. The mites are a little resistant to the chemicals now, so I prefer this mechanical method because it's more organic.
Yeah.
And you imagine putting insecticides on bugs, you're not doing them any favors. Okay, there's the start of the honey. Count these. I think if I feed them a little bit, I could get away with harvesting 1 or 2 frames. And I'm sure the school would be happy about that. So So I brought some sugar over for that purpose. Just going through the entire hive so that every bee gets a little bit of sugar on them. Yeah. Normally I do this after harvesting honey, but this just happens to be when I'm able to do it. And it really it's not going to hurt anything. See if I can mark the frames that I want to take out for harvesting. Once the honey's capped inside the cells, feeding them more sugar isn't going to affect the honey because they're not adding anything more to it. It's already sealed. Alright, just about done here. Let's go ahead and give them a little bit of sugar. Just give them a little bit better chance of surviving the winter if they got a little bit more food. There's really nothing wrong with feeding them sugar to supplement the honey, as long as you don't take all their honey and make them eat only sugar, like some beekeepers do. This is just a really dilute mixture of sugar and water to simulate nectar. The bees will just take that and make honey, and no, they'll mostly actually eat this probably. They'll find it. Let's move it back a little bit. There we go. Yeah, it's better to feed them now while the bees are still active. Because if you feed them in the middle of winter, they might not want to be able to move and take it.
Right. Makes sense.
It might be too cold to move, you know. That shallow pan should clear. Okay, that's pretty much done with the hive stuff. Now I'm just going to wait a little while for all the stuff to fall out of the hive. And in the meantime we can eat this.
Yay! Okay.
Good.
Is it over?
Yeah, go ahead and turn it off for now.
Turn it off. Is it off?
What? How do you like it?
It's really sweet. It's very chewy. So, yeah, it's really good.
Alright. Let's look at this, shall we? Oh. You can see the bees cleaning themselves off. Let's see if we can see any mites. Yeah, I see mites. There's one at the tip of my finger there. There's not a crazy large amount, but there's probably about 50 of them in that hole that fell out. I think it's enough that I'll probably do another couple powdered sugar treatments to help knock out the mite population. In the meantime, let's go knock this off in the road and then put it back on the hive. Get those mites out of there.